this, the battle for supremacy. And these two teams have survived the expanded playoff grind. They have battled through a regular season, multiple playoff victories, all sorts of challenges and adversity, and they've arrived at this moment, the battle for that precious trophy. As we'll see the number 7 seed in this playoff, the West Virginia Mountaineers, taking on a team from the SEC, the Marshall Thundering Herd. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined here as always by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, everything has been building to this. It's time for the national championship. Let's crown a champion. Kickoff. This is it, the ultimate game in college football, national championship at stake. He's going to try for a return from a couple yards deep in the end zone. Solid coverage there. They get him at the 15. That's where the offense will take over. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. Heading left after the handoff. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Chris, this is what I love to see from the defense is the linebackers are scraping, doing their job, but you need help from the secondary. And when you have aggressive tacklers on the back end, you got a great defense. This time, the secondary makes the difference.
They'll take a deep shot here. And that deep shot is caught for a big gain. Takes it all the way to the house. Touchdown, Thundering Herd. In a national championship game, you cannot do a better job of setting the tone immediately, Kurt.
Well, it's the biggest game of the year, so you've got to bring your best. On the opening drive, the offense did just that. That's how you get this thing started.
PAT is good, so it's 7-0. Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away. And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. Tackled at the 14. Not very good field position to start here. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? The offense with some pre-snap eye candy. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Running out of time in the pocket. Look at this, taking a shot on the very first play.
Chris, I don't know if it's the hype of the national championship, the timing between the quarterback and his receivers, but they have not been able to get anything going at all here in the first half. And the problem is, they're already down in this game. They've got to put the ball through the air and start hitting some passes where there's no chance they come back and have a chance to win.
Tackle made, but it moves the ball to the 25 as they try to get this drive going.
How about the offensive line here? Just a hat on a hat, opening up just enough room for the back to squeeze through there for a nice gain.
Running game is working. They'll stick with it on first down.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
Easy throw to a wide-open receiver downfield. They bring him down at the 44. That's a solid gain, getting closer to midfield now.
Boy, Chris, great timing here with the quarterback against that zone defense, waiting just at the right time to deliver it into that window to pick up a nice gain.
From the shotgun, it's a handoff. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4. Second down play coming up. Back to throw. It's Jamania. Plenty of time to scan the field. Finally flings it to the left side. An explosive play moves the ball all the way down near the 25-yard line.
What a pitch and catch by the quarterback and receiver for a big gain for this offense.
Here comes a first down pass attempt. Receiver makes the grab. They bring him down just short of the marker, inches away from a first down. And the Mountaineers are in the red zone. Looking for a gap, it's Davis. And they tackle him, but not before he picks up the first.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
Brought down, but the completion moves the ball to the 6. Defense getting pushed back. So down here in the red zone, every yard tough to find. Here is a crucial play coming up. Looking for 6. Makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Mountaineers. So a long, methodical scoring drive. Great execution with championship pressure, Kirk.
Man, this is the biggest stage that you can play on. You're in the national championship, and drives like that are going to wear down the opponent physically and mentally. This wasn't an accident. They were very intentional on how they worked their way down the field, and it pays off in the end.
So Marshall's offense takes the field again. They reached the end zone the last time out, trying to do the same thing here. Lets it fly to the wideout. Looks downfield and finds a receiver who worked his way wide open. Touchdown, Marshall. Made the defense look slow that time. And they'll set up now for the extra point try. PAT is good. They go up for touchdown, 14-7. Now they get set to kick it away. He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. But he's got some space here. On the move. Can he make it? Touchdown, Mountaineers. He's going to score. And this national championship game is now dead even, Kirk. We're going to have a fun finish here.
Maybe I'm being hopeful, but this has the makings of an instant classic right now. The way these teams are matching each other at an elite level in the national championship, it's getting more advanced the further we go. I'm with you. Maybe it comes down to the wire.
Long kickoff, no chance for a return. It'll be a touchback. Here comes Marshall's offense back out onto the field. This offense scorched the defense with a lightning strike, a one-play touchdown in the last possession. Let's see if they can duplicate that magic here. The tackle is made, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what that's about. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. This line getting set up. It's a first down play. To throw, it's Willihan. Crossing it toward the left sideline. Catch is made way down inside the 30. No stopping and takes it all the way. Touchdown, Herb. Now the try here for the extra point. PAT puts him in front by 7. Getting set to kick the ball off now. And the return starts just inside the end zone. And he's tackled just short of the 25. And the West Virginia offense is back out on the field. A little bit of my turn, your turn on the early going here. Both offenses scoring touchdowns their last possession. Brought down, but broke a tackle to produce a solid gain there.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
It's third down for the offense. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Can't hold on. Good defensive play brings up a 4th down.
Man, on your own side of the field, you're playing a risky game here. 3rd and short. Your goal should just be keep this drive alive the best way you can sometimes is just hand the ball off to your running back and have him get behind that offensive line and go to work. Curious to see what they do now here on this 4th and short.
4th down. He's throwing for him. And he can't connect. The gamble doesn't pay off.
This is the chance you take here as an offensive coordinator and a play caller. You go for it here. You draw it up perfectly. You think this is the right play, and then the execution is not there. So the defense catches a break, and they get the ball.
Nobody can bring him down. Touchdown, thundering herd. What a show of strength and will. He just breaks away and takes it to the house from distance. That's an elite running back type of play.
You know, when he got out into the open field, I didn't know if he had the speed to take that thing all the way to the house, but he does. That's next level speed.
Point after, knocked right through. Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. That's a deep kickoff, hammered out the back of the end zone for a touchback. Big guys up front lined up. It's 1st down. He hands it off from the gun. They bring him down to the 32-yard line.
Just love watching his back run. Gets behind that offensive line, lowers his pads, and gets a nice, solid gain.
Here's the 2nd down play. And a short pitch and catch to the tight end. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play.
That's another positive game here for this offense, and this defensive coordinator is going to have to make some kind of adjustments to get this quarterback out of his rhythm. It's the national championship, man. You've got to take chances and mix up your coverages because right now what you're doing just isn't working.
They bring him down, but the game moves the ball into enemy territory at the 43.
Defense kind of lost a running back here. Makes a nice catch and gets the 1st down in the process.
The Mountaineers come to the line to set a fresh set of downs. They're going to run it here. Oh, they test the middle there, but get nothing.
Well, that's an excellent effort here by this defense, staying in their run fits. They're holding their own at the line and making the tackle. The offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get anything going there.
Scanning the field, it's Jamania. Finds that big tight end for a short pass. They tackle him. Looks like it's going to be just short of the mark, inches away. Offense needing to keep this drive alive. It's a 3rd down play. Looking to pick up the 1st down through the air. Catch made in the end zone. Touchdown, West Virginia.
Well, that's a thing of beauty right there. Good job all around. Offensive line gave the quarterback enough time. Quarterback puts it right on the money. And with this receiver running a route like this, makes it pretty simple. All you have to do is get his head turned around, catch that football. He's already in the end zone for the touchdown.
And the point after gets him within a touchdown, 28-21. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. He's going to bring this out a few yards deep in the end zone. He'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. So Marshall's offense takes the field again. We have a shootout developing here. Each offense scoring a touchdown on their last possession. 1st down, looking to throw the ball. And he floats this pass deep down the right side. Catch made way down to the 25. They could not stop him. He's in. Touchdown, Marshall. Aren't you taught on defense, Kirk? Don't let him throw the football over your head. Exactly what happened there.
That makes me really wonder if it was some kind of miscommunication. If I'm the defensive coordinator, I pull my defensive backs over, make sure everybody's on the same page and getting the right call.
And he knocks through the PAT. The kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back. And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. Tackled at the 13. Not great field position to start the drive. And the West Virginia offense is back out on the field. They scored a touchdown on the last possession. Let's see if this defense has been able to come up with some adjustments and stop them this time. Escapes the pocket. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
You know, they tried to catch this defense napping on 1st and 10 by taking a shot downfield, but the defense does their job. They've got everybody covered, but I'm telling you, you better account for this quarterback because he can take off when things aren't there and use his legs, and he does that for the first down.
They bring him down to the 32-yard line. Now it's 2nd down here.
It's not a huge gain here, but if you add up multiple runs like that throughout the course of a game, by the 4th quarter, you're going to start to see that affect the defense.
And they'll stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. The offense will line up, chance for a couple more plays before and he lofts it toward the left sideline. And that's incomplete. They weren't afraid to let it fly, but it brings up a 4th down.
Oof, the risk of throwing on 3rd and short. Lots of second guessing going over on that sideline about that play call. You got to wonder if they're going to go for it anyway on 4th down, but what will be the play call?
This should be the last play of the quarter. Trying for a 4th down completion. He's got it, and that is enough for a first down. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain. Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play. Tight end goes in motion. Off the play fake, looking to throw on first down. Short connection to the tight end here. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play.
Man, where's the scouting report for this defense? You knew coming into this game this tight end was capable. That's his 5th catch in this first half.
Back to throw again. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
But when you sit back and play zone defense like this, what you allow is your defense to have eyes on the football. Here, they give up the catch, but you can see how they rally to the football. There's just nowhere to go for this slot receiver.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Quick throw caught on the left side. Makes the first down, but pays a price. Big hit there at the end.
Chris, I cannot believe we're still in the first half. This guy's already got a couple touchdowns. Now he's adding to his receiver total here by picking up another first down and more yards.
Defense cannot get this offense to 4th down. Offense continues the long drive. Dropping back, it's Jamania. The pocket breaking down. It's pulled in, completion on a diving catch.
Chris, when that quarterback threw that football, I didn't think that play had much of a chance. How about the effort by this wide receiver to lay out and come up with that completion for positive yards?
And that run produces a decent gain.
I'll take that every single time. Offensive line does a nice job up front. This back's vision and ability to get positive yards by lowering his pads on full display right there.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, they get stuffed at the line of scrimmage here. That's going to bring up a 3rd down play for this offense. And, hey, I know it's the first half, but with the way this defense is playing and the fact that they have a nice lead, this is an important 3rd down to try to convert here.
Trying to create outside the pocket now. And he's got it. Touchdown, Mountaineers. Who says you need explosive plays, Kirk? That was a long, grinding scoring drive.
And think about this. This is the national championship, and you're able to execute like that against this quality of a defense. Man, that is a great job by the coordinator and the quarterback being in sync and putting together a heck of a drive.
Now the kickoff team is out on the field. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. The offense will start at the 25. helps Marshall's offense back out onto the field. Last time out, a one-play touchdown drive through the air. Can they keep it going here? Good enough for first down yardage.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in third down. What's an offense doing on third down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend first down.
And here comes a deep shot. There's a fastball, but it's intercepted. That's a short return, but the pick wipes out a scoring threat and sets up the offense at the 33.
Well, the quarterback ends up being a tad aggressive, and he ends up paying for it with a pick. I get that that might be part of his playing style, but there's a difference between being aggressive and being careless.
And a sophomore making an impact play. The offense will try to recover now. It's 2nd and 12. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. They've got him down out near the 40.
Man, you know, the back gets a lot of the attention here. He's a good back. I'd love to see that offensive line win the battle of the line of scrimmage.
Dropping back, it's Jamania. It's complete. What a grab near the sideline. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Delivers from the pocket, complete over the middle. He's taken down, but that's a nice gain. They'll spot the ball now at the 35. That's the 2-minute warning here before halftime as the offense tries to cut into this lead. And the Mountaineers pick up enough yardage to move the sticks. Back in motion now. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Pressure is coming. Incomplete. They cannot connect on the deep ball.
Well, the offense coordinator with the right call, trying to take a shot there, but just poor execution. They couldn't come up with a big play. Let's see if the coach tries it again later, or maybe in the second half.
Offense getting set. It's 2nd down. Looking to chuck it again. Fires it to the wideout. And it's incomplete, just out of the reach of the receiver. So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. 3rd and long. Dropping back. They're going to throw for the first down. Looking to scramble. He's going to take off here. Gain moves it to the 24. That's a fresh set of downs.
Boy, this guy can do it all. We know what he can do with his arm, but when things aren't there, does a good job of pulling it down, knowing where the first down marker is, picking up the first down.
And looking to throw now on 1st down. And it's incomplete. The defensive pressure affected his throw that time.
It's pretty simple as a defensive coordinator. When the quarterback drops back to throw, if we get pressure on him, we got a chance to slow him down and win the football game. If we don't, could be a long afternoon. Good job here by dialing up the pressure.
And he's back to throw again after that incompletion on 1st down. This time, a completion. And look at the speed there. They finally bring him down, but it's a nice gain.
How about the arm strength from this quarterback? He really didn't have any other option than to put it right in there and give it everything that he had. Great timing and a good job of squeezing that in between the defenders.
Motion by the back. Defense better adjust. A pop pass on the jet sweep. And he's brought down, but hold on, there's a flag on the play. So the holding penalty in the offense backs him up 10 yards. The Mountaineers looking to cap the drive here. It's 1st and goal. Looking downfield, it's Jamania. Caught near the goal line. It's a fumble. Defense recovers the fumble. Big takeaway.
Chris, this could end up being a critical play in this game. If they don't have a chance to come back and end up winning this game, the coach could look back at this very play and wonder if things could have turned out differently if they would have been able to hold on to the ball and gotten some points before the half.
They bring him down, but a solid game there on first down. Looks to be just inches short of the marker.
Boy, positive yards there on 1st and 10. Good job up front by that offensive line. Good hard running by this running back. And now you got a lot of options. That playbook can work.
The pass is intercepted. Going the other way, can they catch him? Past the 20. It's a big return off the INT. They steal their offensive possession.
Chris, I think I could hear him calling out blocks after that pick. Or was it the defensive coordinator next door up here in the booth? Either way, they were looking to score after coming up with that interception. The offense, if they did anything right, it was keeping them out of the end zone.
Quarterback's got it on the option. And the sophomore able to bring him down quickly.
Well, anytime you use your quarterback as a runner, the goal is obviously to hit some big plays. You got to be careful of letting your quarterback take too many big hits. Not only can he get tired, he can also start to fumble the football.
So the offense takes the field in the final seconds of the half. Chance for just a couple more plays. And it's caught. Touchdown, Mountaineers. Folks, we hope you're enjoying this. The national championship game is all tied up. Buckle up now for the finish.
Man, this is everything you could hope for on this biggest stage in a national championship. Both these teams bringing their A game. I can't wait to sit back and see who wins it.
So an important touchdown just before halftime. Not much time for the opposing offense to try to answer before the break. He'll call for the fair catch here. Time ticking away. Time for just one more play before halftime. First down. Looking to throw the football. Looking to make a big play downfield. And the pass falls incomplete. No time left on the first half clock. Meadows going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. Marshall will kick it off to get the second half going. He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. Tackle at the 13. Not great field position to start the drive. And the Mountaineers offense is back out on the field. First play of the second half, they keep it on the ground. They bring him down right at the 20.
I think this defense keeps thinking about them throwing the football, and by doing that, they're opening up running lanes. Good positive yards there by the running back.
Second down after that run on the previous play. The pass rush closing in. And the sophomore's got him for a sack.
A really good job by this defense. The quarterback looked to be trying to work through his progressions to find his open receiver, but before he knew it, he's on his back.
To the air, it's Jamania. Lets it go quickly. Falls incomplete, broken up by the defender nicely that time.
It's a good job by the defense here on this third down, and now it's going to bring up a big fourth down play and a decision here for the head coach.
The coverage team able to bring the returner to the ground. So Marshall's offense takes the field again. From the shotgun, here's an inside give. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
That's a great play all around by this defense. Your first-level defenders hold their own at the point of attack, allowing the second and third-level players to roam free and make the tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
He's running out of time here. Quarterback takes off now, looking to scramble. Slides to avoid the big hit.
Well, they did a good job of getting pressure on the quarterback, but, man, make the play, bring him down. Instead, they give up positive yards here on the scramble.
First down here for this offense. And there's the handoff. Tackle, but first down.
Boy, how about that play, Chris? That thing just opened up. The back shot through there with great acceleration. What a pickup there on first down.
The offense will set up on 1st and 10. He'll hand it off. He stopped just short of that first down marker, inches away from it.
Love those positive yards on 1st and 10, and it's not quite a first down. Looks like it'll bring 2nd and inches, but it sure does open up the playbook here to be able to open up, maybe take a shot downfield.
And he's brought down, but not before he gets first down yardage.
A nice little simple touch pass here by the quarterback, getting the ball out to the receiver who's in motion. Look, that doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down, and no offense is ever...
Got a lane. Can he get in? Touchdown. Hurry. That puts him on top in the second half.
I think we're starting to kind of see a theme here, Chris, today. That's his 2nd touchdown. The offensive line doing their job, and he's doing an outstanding job of just reading the defense, finding the hole, and being able to pick up big yards and touchdowns.
PAT makes it a 7-point lead. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. Tackle at the 13. Not great field position to start the drive. And the Mountaineers offense is back out on the field. They're coming off a quick 3-and-out, so looking to put something together on this drive with a little more urgency. First play of the drive, they're going to throw the football. Quick completion to the tight end. Moves the ball to the 25, good enough for a first down.
Well, he continues to have time to throw the football, and he makes his defense pay for it. Now, they realized coming into this game, they had to take away his ability to throw the football downfield, but it's the receivers and their plays after the catch that's really giving them a hard time.
Second down play coming up for this offense. Scanning the field, it's Jamania. Trying to extend the play. Going for a big play downfield. Tried to go very deep there, good effort. And now it's third down.
You know, I like the quarterback's patience here, and instead of trying to force the issue and squeeze the ball into coverage, he just decides to just basically...
Testing the defense with a throw downfield. And is intercepted.
Just a great job of anticipating that and coming up with a big interception by this defense. Because they have this lead, they've really forced this offense to become one-dimensional. They're expecting the ball to be into the air. The defensive backs have their eyes on the ball, and they're able to capitalize with a big pick here in the national title.
Game makes it second and medium. Quarterback adjusting now to the defense. Looking to pass here on second down. Quarterback leaves the pocket on the move now.
This is why I love the quarterbacks that can make things happen. Here you have an opportunity to try to create. Nothing's there. Play breaks down. Instead of just throwing it away, he sits back, sees nothing downfield, decides to be able to pick up the first down by himself. Impressive run to pick up the first and keep this drive moving.
They test the middle of the defense, but get nothing.
Well, there's something we haven't seen much in this game at all. That ball carrier being tackled near the line of scrimmage. Maybe if this defense can make more plays like that in the second half, their team will be able to chip away at this lead.
He'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. So here we go, first play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has the handoff. Defense stops him, but that's a solid game.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. You got to rely on that offensive line in the running game here to be able to secure a victory. Good call, and just keep working that clock.
Second down after that run on the previous play. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. Running with purpose. The freshman is brought down after a really solid run there.
That's another good run here by this back. You know, he's been inside, he's been outside. At times he's had to be patient, showing his vision. He now has 97 yards on the ground today. A few more carries, he's likely going to go over the century mark.
Ball handed off. And they finally stop him, but a decent game that time.
Well, how fitting for him to get another nice carry here, because it's been that kind of game in the national title. We knew coming in that he was going to be showcased. I didn't think he would have this kind of performance on this big of a stage, but he has, and a big reason why they're going to win this national title.
They bring him down, but not before he gains first down yardage.
Chris, that's another nice pickup through the air. I thought they might be really just out to run the football here with the lead. But instead, they're electing to throw the football. Different routes, quarterbacks in rhythm. Really, it's almost an extension of their passing game.
And, of course, they'll work the clock here, keep it on the ground. And they'll try to run inside, but nowhere to go.
Chris, textbook job by the defense surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
What's the play call here on second down for this offense? And now the running back's got it again. And they'll stop him after a short game.
Positive yards are always important for an offense, but at this stage of the game, late in the ball game, playing with the lead, you're thinking about working that clock and continuing to keep the ball in bounds.
Receiver makes the catch. He stopped short of the marker, so it's fourth down now. We head now to the 2-minute warning as this offense tries to bleed out the clock and secure this win. So on third down, out trots the place kicker in a very big spot here. He knocks this one right through, and they add to their lead. So after coming away with 3 in that drive, the kickoff team is out.
Snap, the hold, the kick, everything there perfect to put 3 points up here for the offense.
And he's going to bring this out from a couple yards deep in the end zone. And the returner will be brought down. And the West Virginia offense is back out on the field. The last possession ended in an interception. Let's see if they continue to trust this quarterback in the passing game. Final minutes here, they'll throw it deep downfield. Deep ball is caught for a huge gain here. Breaks into the clear. It's a sprint. Touchdown, West Virginia. It was a foot race, and he won it. That's a huge touchdown. Still trailing, but a one-possession game with that trophy on the line right now.
Well, the national championship's on the line. The offense has done their job, and now it's up to their own defense. Can they get a stop and get the ball back to their offense with a chance to make this thing get really interesting?
I believe they're lining up to attempt an onside kick. Now, before the kickoff, a timeout has been taken by the receiving team. Formation would indicate they're going to try the onside kick here. And the hands team able to make the crucial recovery. Here comes Marshall's offense back out onto the field. Suddenly, this is a 3-point game in the fourth quarter. Interesting to see how aggressive they get with play calling. Inside the 30 now. Oh, and he's free down the left side. Can they run him down? They're not going to get him. He's in. Touchdown, Thundering Herd. Championship game, and there is nobody who can cover this guy. What a monster performance by this receiver.
Chris, one of the biggest stage in college football. And this guy's treating it like he's playing a video game. My gosh, he's got this defense in la-la land out there.
Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. Solid coverage there. They get it at the 15. That's where the offense will take over. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Dropping back, it's Jamania. And now in the final couple minutes, here's a deep shot. Aggressive call, a deep shot on first down, but incomplete.
Well, they don't connect here, but this is what you have to do. It's late in the game. You need points. You're behind. You got to take some shots. I'd go right back to it, try to find a matchup, and go to one of your receivers that can make a play for you.
Defense is coming after him. It's incomplete. That was caused by the defensive pressure, and now it brings up third down. Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. And he'll drop back here on third down. That one is incomplete. The defender was right there, and it brings up fourth down now.
Well, that's not what you want to see as an offense when you're trailing late in a football game. An incompletion on third down and long. Hey, it's a bit of a risk, but with that clock looking the way it looks right now, I think you got to go for it here and hope to convert on fourth and long.
Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Looking to throw it on first down. Time is running out. They'll take a deep shot. The ball is picked off.
Oh, man, Chris, I really thought this offense had a chance to get back into this game. The only thing you'd hate to see is the interception. But give credit to the defense. They come up with a big play that potentially ices the game.
They flip it to him on the jet sweep. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. Second down after that previous play. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside handoff. He's brought down, but not before the gain to the 42-yard line. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. Back to pass. It's Woollyhan. Looks downfield and connects with a wide-open wide receiver. They finally go down, but it's a first down and much more. Great gain on the play. The offense really clicking here. Takes the handoff, and he'll head left. Finding space at the 20. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play.
What a shock, right? I mean, this guy once again gets his hands on the football, and great things seems to happen. He's over 120 yards on the day, and it's really been a combination of his vision and speed, along with really dominant offensive line play.
And that'll do it. We have